Hey, Andy here from builderhottub.com. In this video, we're going to take a look at how I remodeled my control room. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so a little bit of background. I built my hot tub nearly 4.5 years ago now. When I built it, I've said many times, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. And this channel and blog is really the culmination of all of my knowledge, and today I'm helping people like you. I've helped over 450 of you build your own hot tubs. So my control room was probably the area of the hot tub that I taught the most about because it's the most important bit. Without the control room, nothing works. And for me, it was also the part of the hot tub of my build that I was kind of least proud of. There was lots of things that I would change if I could. So when I sprung a leak a couple of months back, it was time for change. So this provided me the perfect opportunity to rip it all out and go back as far as I possibly could. So that's right back to the pipes that are kind of sunk into the concrete. So I've got everything else that I can actually remove and change. But it was time for a total remodel, and hopefully the goal was to create something that I was actually proud of in terms of a control room. Sounds silly? Well, it does, but when I'm helping people with their own hot tubs, I kind of want to show them examples of how things should be done rather than how they shouldn't. However, on this channel, I do share with you how bad some of the things that I did on my own tub actually were, and I will on this video as well, so keep watching for that. And obviously, this is a great point to say, please do subscribe to the channel, give me a like, thumbs up, hit me up in the comments if you've got any questions, always happy to help. So what was I going to change? Well, firstly, I was going to take all of the flexible pipe out and I was going to replace it with rigid pipe. I wanted to kind of challenge myself to actually make the plumbing perfect rather than cramming it into the control room as it was before. I wanted to dig a little deeper in the control room and make it a little bit bigger so that I could get the filter in properly. However, we will take a look at that and see why that changed again later on. But other than that, it was really a case of I wanted to tidy things up. I wanted some perfectly made joints, and I just wanted something that worked well and looked good as well. However, during this whole process, I kind of got distracted with adding a air source heat pump. And if you've watched one of the previous videos, I'll put a link to that below as well. During this remodel, I actually changed the way that I was heating the tub, and that led to some subsequent changes as well. So whilst I did dig deeper, as you can see behind me, ready to put the filter in, I actually decided that I was going to move the filter onto the heating plumbing circuit, if you like, that had the air source on as well. It was going to be above ground, I had some more space, so I decided that I was going to just move that filter out of the way. So I kind of dug down and made it bigger for nothing. However, that's fine, I can live with that. So with the rigid pipe, as I've said many times on this channel, you have to get it right, and that was one of the reasons that I wanted to use rigid pipe in my control room. Now, behind me, you can see how not to make a joint. So I'm not proud of this. I told you 4.5 years ago, I did not know what I was doing in terms of plumbing, and I was just cramming the parts, ramming them together to make them fit, and they sprung leaks. And as you can see behind me, I had probably $100 worth of epoxy putty to try and plug the leaks, because at that stage, without totally draining the tub and cutting things out, I wouldn't have been able to repair them, because they're way below the water line. They're before some of the gate valves, so I just couldn't lock it off and isolate it. But this is 100% not how to make a joint, okay? That is really, really bad. So don't take this as an example. Don't copy this. Your joints should be perfectly made. They shouldn't be forced. They should be at least an inch or 2.5 to 3 centimeters in each of the sockets. Make a good joint, it doesn't leak, I can guarantee that. So, as you can see behind me, this is how joints should look. So my new control room is starting to take shape. The plumbing is perfect. It's come up on a beautiful 45-degree angle. I've got some nice joints in there. They're not going to leak because they're well made. One of the other things that I was going to do, I was going to tidy up the whole electrical side of things in my control room. So I decided I was going to get an actual waterproof box, and all of my electrics were going to go in there rather than having just regular sockets on the walls in the control room, which I did. I was probably chancing things a little bit too much in terms of the elements and water actually getting in there. So I've gone for a waterproof box, much tidier. Everything has its place, and as you can see behind me here, it's a really good way of just tidying up the electrics. So only a short video today, but here we have it, the final control room, and it's finally something that I'm actually proud of. My piping, my joints are all well made, the electrics are all nice and tidy. This is what a control room should look like. So after 4.5 years, I finally got the control room that I wanted. Again, as always, I hope you have found this video useful. If I can help you in any way, please do get in touch. And remember, don't be copying me with that epoxy all around your joints. That is not how we make good plumbing for our DIY hot tubs. As always, thanks for the watch, and I will see you on the next video. If you've liked this video, please do like, share,